Only big Pokemon fans will get this question correct. Which Pokemon line is based on little green men and bug-eyed monsters? Is it Deoxys, Cosmog, Buzzwole, LGM, or Naganadel? Stay tuned for the correct answer. Today we're discussing more Pokemon I think should have a second type. Disclaimer though, this is just my opinion and it's completely normal for everyone to disagree. After all, Lance himself has said not all dragon Pokemon are the dragon type, even if they should be. But I just think it's fun to discuss this with you guys. And I enjoy reading your guys' comments and opinions, so just let me know what you think. Alright, let's get started with Audino. This Unova Pokemon and most Unova Pokemon did not get their fairy type in Generation 6. Audino and many others seem to fit the fairy type very well. Audino is a cute, pink, and loving Pokemon. I think it's perfect to gain the fairy type. I mean, it can learn 5 fairy type moves including Misty Terrain. Like, how can a non-fairy Pokemon convert the terrain into something a fairy would want? Audino is not only in the fairy egg group, but it also mega evolves into the fairy type. So yeah, that's my case as to why it should gain the fairy type. I also think Alola is the perfect candidate to gain the fairy type. It's a pretty pink Pokemon who is all about healing. It can learn 3 fairy type moves, 2 of which are strong fairy moves. The last of which is Misty Terrain, which again, how can a non-fairy Pokemon learn that? I think it's perfect since Alola is a loving and healing Pokemon. Now for the Timber line. I think it'll be fun to give it a new type for every evolution it has. For Timber, it would be Fighting and Grass because it uses a log to attack. Girder should have the Fighting and Steel type because it uses steel beams to attack. And finally, Conkeldurr should get the Fighting and Rock type since it's got concrete pillars to attack. I know it's a pretty stupid idea, but I think it would be fun having every evolution change a type. Plus, it would be a first. A Pokemon that changes type every evolution based on their weapon, that sounds pretty cool to me, honestly. As I've said before, Gothitelle can either be dark or fairy. It just depends on how you interpret this Pokemon. I think it personally fits the psychic and dark type much better. It can see the future and its trainer's death from the star's movements. I think this is the reason that Gothitelle is Goth. Like, I too would be in a dark state of mind if I had those powers and visions. It's actually quite depressing, honestly. Our last Pokemon for today is Clink. This Pokemon line is classified as the Gear Pokemon. It makes sense as to why it's Steel type, but I think it should also be the Electric type as well. I mean, almost 50% of its moves are also Electric type. These Pokemon produce electricity very well, so I think it fits perfectly, honestly, and I think nobody would complain about it. But what did you think? Which single type Pokemon do you think should have a second type? What did you think about my picks? Let me know in the comments down below. The Pokemon line that is based on Little Green Man and Bug-Eyed Monsters is LGM and Behem. If you didn't know, their names are a direct reference to those alien phrases, LGM and BEM. I found that little piece of lore to be so cool when I found out about it a long time ago. If you got it right, comment down below an alien emoji. If you want to see more content like this, then hit the subscribe button and drop a like. Check out my other videos and the playlist on screen right now. Thanks for watching. See ya.